Hello, good afternoon, Beyond Logos community. Let me pause my music here. Hope you all are doing good, and I hope you guys have been diving into the courses to start brand building or have some work that you guys want to get reviewed. If you guys are watching this replay and you have work that you want reviewed, please post it onto this conversation thread, and also DM me with any questions or feedback that you want me to take a look at, whether you want my advice only or you want my advice and the community. Okay. So, a couple things I want to talk about today for our weekly Friday review. I have a couple questions from our fellow members who I want to answer. I might not be able to answer all of them, but I will do my best to answer the ones that I feel like will fit in today's conversation. Um, I know that one of the member Ping, who is the founder and CEO of Gorilla Pastures, had a question about, you know, from what I understand, it's probably surrounding family balancing, running your business, so you're not exhausting yourself, your kids, and prioritizing which part of your business, needs more of your attention. And that's very true. As an entrepreneur who runs your own business, it could get very muddy around business, family, and attention to your business. Okay, so I want to talk about that and other feedbacks from the members that they want their services or their elevator pitch to be reviewed too. So let me check for any questions before we get started here. Okay. Let's start off. If Ping doesn't join us, then I'm gonna jump to the questions. Before that, let's take a look at Janie, who is um the founder and CEO of Jaspiration. So let's go ahead and take a look at her feedback or her elevator pitch because she wanted me to take a look at that. Let's look at that together and see what that looks like. Let's see here. General discussion. Okay, best elevator pitch. Okay. So Janie said she likes my elevator pitch. It's short and to the point. Here's mine. Would like to hear your feedback on mine. Any recommendations on how I can make mine shorter but still captures the highlights offered? Okay. So Janie's elevator pitch goes like this. My name is Janie, and I'm the owner of Jaspirations. My jewelry boutique is unique because a lot of what we offer cannot be found in your typical retail store. We offer a mix of handmade clay jewelry, modern goldies, and Hmong-inspired jewelry embracing culture. We are your one-stop shop for everyone in the family, featuring quality components that doesn't tarnish easily and suitable for sensitive skin. Okay. So here's the thing about brand building is that I love it when you guys have a lot of stuff to write, like a long paragraph, because that makes the job easier for any of us to condense it down. I'd rather have you guys write like a paragraph that's meant to be a sentence because again, it lets us deduce and condense it down. If you just come up with like maybe a sentence or so, that's fine, but I'm assuming that you have already done a lot of exercises to come to that sentence. But so, Janie, thank you for putting this long paragraph together. It makes it easier for me to kind of deduct what sounds good. And yes, it is a little long for an elevator pitch, but that's why we're here. Let me give you some feedback. Um, let's see here. Shorter but capture the highlights offer. Okay, so I'm gonna take your written version and I'm just gonna dissect it down and kind of give you some feedback on like when you work on your elevator pitch with some things that you can think about. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy your write up here and then bring over to this like my Miro board here. And okay, I have it on here. Okay. So before I get started to start dissecting your elevator pitch, Jenny, I want you to um let's see here. I want you to take a look in our classroom because in my classroom here, I actually do a breakdown on how to start writing your elevator pitch. Okay, I mean it's down here, but I don't recommend you purchasing this or unlocking this just yet until you have actually built your whole entire brand. So what I mean by that is that part of the brand building, there's 6 steps. Okay, out of the 6 steps, I'm gonna show you here. There's our purpose, our audience, our problem, our service, our personality, and our insight. So out of these brand building 6 steps, the one that's going to help you the most for your elevator pitch is number 4, your service. Your service actually helps you with your elevator pitch. So while I give you this feedback, I want you to go into the classroom to watch the service lesson so that you could come up with your own service write-up and then turn that into an elevator pitch. Okay. So within the classroom here, the service is under your brand foundations. You will have to be at level 2 to unlock this, and to get to level 2, just engage, comment, to get those points quickly. Okay. So under your brand foundations, I have it under the service. Okay. So let's define your product and service write-up examples. So watch this lesson to really understand your service writing and then post it on the community for feedback because again, your service is gonna help you with your elevator pitch. Okay. So let's go back to this. And I want to show you why the service is important because when I read your elevator pitch, it sounds very practical and technical, meaning it sounds like you're talking about your item. But I want you to think about when you are brand building, it's an extension of who you are. And I want you to have more emotion in there. I want you to speak your elevator pitch with like emotion adjectives in there so that at the end of the day, we are all human beings. When we listen to it, we're like, okay, this is something that I might want to purchase. So I'll give you an example here. Okay. So within the lesson here, I have this example, but I'm just gonna show you live here as well. So when you talk about your product or service, I want you to think about like what emotions does your product evoke? Okay, and I'll give you an example here. So inside of the classroom, the example that I have here for is that Mojo ice cream bars are the best way to conveniently satisfy your cravings with the taste you already love. Okay, keep checking with any questions. Okay, so with the taste you already love. So as I break it down, I go, what is your product? Okay. What does the product do? Which is cravings, taste, and love. And then what emotions does the product evoke? Which is love. Okay. So when you think about Jaspirations and your product, what emotions does it evoke? What does it do? It's also important to include the quality of your product too. So how do we take this understanding and when we go to yours, what does that look like? So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight the emotions or the things that I feel like could be very powerful in your elevator pitch. Okay. So let's see here. Let's keep this for sure. We offer can be found in typical retail store. Cannot, okay. Mm, my jewelry boutique is unique because a lot of what we offer cannot be found in your typical retail store. Cannot be found. Yeah, I think this could be important. Handmade clay jewelry. Okay, this could be important. We are your one-stop shop for everyone in the family, featuring quality components that doesn't tarnish easily and suitable for sensitive skin. I like this one. So what I'm highlighting here, Jenny, is that I'm not saying that everything you wrote here is not right. They are right, but I'm only highlighting the sentences that can be the most powerful. When it comes to your service and you talk about it and your elevator pitch, you don't have to tell everyone everything. You just tell them the most important thing, and if they want to learn more, they'll ask you questions. They'll check out your website. So again, when it comes to elevator pitch and writing your service, it should be short, sweet, and to the point, but very, very powerful. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Um, So I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna roughly put together what your elevator pitch could possibly sound like, okay? And then from there, take that and see where it takes you, okay? And explore from there as well. So again, I want us to think about what emotions does the product provoke? Okay, so I'm gonna put that post-it note right here actually. Okay. So what emotions does your product evoke? Let's just say that it evokes like happiness because I did buy your earring for my wife and she loved it, right? So it provides it evokes happiness and it evokes let's say excitement because they are really nice and excitement, okay? Excitement. Okay, so let's just say that these are the emotions that your products evoke. So now how do you put it into a sentence? So maybe now your writer could be something like one-stop shop for everyone. And okay, so my name is Jaspirations. My name is Janie, and I'm the owner of Jaspirations. I like this right up ready. Your one-stop shop. Okay, so let's just take that, right? Your one-stop shop and bring happiness and excitement through our jewelries, through our let me say handmade clay jewelry, modern goldies. I almost feel like in Hmong inspired jewelry bracelet. I feel like it's up to you, okay? So I'm just roughing this out. I feel like you might not need to mention Hmong inspired jewelry. Um, but a lot of your jewelry is, has Hmong designs in it, but it just depends if you feel like that's something important to add. If it's not, then this is what it could potentially sound like. Our homemade clay jewelry. I gotta spell it right first. Jewelry and modern goldies. Okay. You can just end it like this or cultural designs. Okay. So this could be your elevator pitch. My name is Janie, and I'm the owner of Jaspirations, your one-stop shop to bring happiness and excitement through our handmade clay jewelry and modern goldies inspired by Hmong culture designs. You see that? So there is a lot of ways to write an elevator pitch. Typically, people go from who are you, what is it that you sell, and what are the results? Okay, but there are other ways as well. Is who are you, what is it you sell, what emotions are you providing, and what are the results? The results could be the emotions and whatnot. Another way we can write this too. Let me just try and reverse it where let's make it more emotional. So by doing that, it could be something like my name is Jeannie and I'm the owner of Desperation. I like your one-stop shop um for jewelries. Let's see, for jewelries that are because I like the way you said suitable for sensitive skin. I don't I'm not- Is there another word for that? For example, like your one-stop shop for sensitive skin, your one-stop shop for jewelries that are sensitive for skin or suitable for sensitive skin. Let's see that one. Your one-stop shop for jewelries that are suitable for sensitive skins that provide Okay, so how about this, right? My name is Janie, and I'm the owner of Jaspirations, your one-stop shop for jewelries that are suitable for sensitive skins that provide happiness and excitement. Bam, just like that. If we try to include more emotions to it, there's already two different variations. And the thing about brand building is that you're not gonna always find the right one. I want you, and I encourage you to write like multiple versions just to see which one feels right to you. Okay, if there's anything else missing, add in. Let's try to do one more. And then again, I want you to take what I did briefly here into an exploration and exercise on your own time and watch that inside of our classroom under your brand foundations and the service. Okay. So practice writing your service because it's going to help you with your elevated pitch, post it in the community, and ask me for my feedback again. And let's take a look at that. But let's try to do one more. Um, let's do this. So, statement. Trying to see helping you bring happiness and excitement to your loved ones at our one stop shop. Cultural designs. The reason why I say Hmong cultural designs is because I think embracing in Hmong inspired really embracing culture. I think Hmong inspired really embracing culture sounds good, but I think Hmong culture design sounds a bit more intentional. So let's say helping you bring happiness. Um, oh, I got it. Making your next jewelry. Let's just see how this sounds. Jewelry purchase. Mm, let's see. Actually, because I kind of want to make your elevator pitch like actionable. So this one is helping you bring happiness and excitement to your loved ones at our one-stop shop jewelry inspired by Hmong cultural designs. Okay. And what I was trying to do earlier was say something like making your next jewelry shopping easy and exciting. Something like that, right? But that's a little bit more now towards your service, like specifically, but you want to convert that into elevator pitch. It could be something like this, okay? Bam. So my name is Janie, and I'm the owner of Jaspirations, helping you bring happiness and excitement to your loved ones at our one-stop shop, truly inspired by Hmong cultural designs. Okay, so read that, play with these three exercises, and see where this takes you. And again, watch the lesson here in your brand foundations on the service write-up. I have a lot of examples here. If you were to click here, I have a lot more service examples. And eventually the service example, once you kind of like nail down your service, I promise you it will really help you make your elevator pitch a lot easier. Okay. So again, this is very rough, but this is the gist of again, how do you even get an elevator pitch is by identifying your service. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions. Please put your questions in the comment section or just DM me. So let me just actually okay, I'm gonna comment that on here later for you, so you can just watch this video and replay later. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so yeah, I'll paste it here and I'll have you come watch this video. Okay, so with that, let's move on to our next question, which is ping. Again, founder and CEO of Gorilla Pastures. So he asked a question, um, content slash product launch question, and then he in a Payne went on a explanation of his struggles of how he had to balance work and family and kids and business, right? And I kind of get the gist of what the question could possibly be. In opinion, if you're watching this replay, if I don't hit it, just please DM me and I will go over the right question. So I'm thinking that the possible question that can encapsulate your statement here is that how can I scale my business sustainably while staying true to my values and family priorities? Really, really good question. Okay. Hey Jamie, thanks for joining me. Right now, I'm just going over Ping Her's question statement right now. So if you have any questions, just let me know regarding branding or marketing. Okay. I just got done also going over Janie's feedback for her elevator pitch as well. Okay. So yeah, so let me know if you need questions. But I'm gonna go over Ping's question right here. His question was again, how can I scale my business sustainably while staying true to my values and family priorities? So from your description, Ping, um, you say that you run a farm. Yes, yep. I've had some of your products, which is great. Um, you have done. You realize they move out to a farm, spend to maximize time with your young children. You also want to do less pop-ups because they're exhausting. It's actually taking time away from you to focus on your business. Very true. So one thing I want to ask you, Ping, is what goals do you have for next year? Because then that will allow me to direct this conversation a little bit more. But just from off of the bat, I want to talk to you about what is your business or brand purpose. And your brand purpose is what's really going to help you solidify your direction so you're more directed and purposeful. And I'll give you an example here. So when I talk about brand purpose, the reason why I'm a very big fan of a brand purpose is because it allows you to be very directed of what you want to do for your business. Okay. So for example here. Yeah, paint's okay. Okay. So, for example, here a member in the group, Tong, he's a speaker, and his purpose is that he's making greatness and courage a reality for fallen students to feel uplifted. And because he knows his purpose, he's going to create workshops that help students feel uplifted through values and through personal development. So when it comes to your business, at Gorilla Pastures, right? What's your purpose? Is it to like make families educated and eco-friendly pastures or eco-friendly products? If that's the case, then you need to know start breaking down. Okay, if that's the case, do I do workshops where I sell my products? Do I do more engagements that I can educate people and sell products? Okay, so I'm just gonna write that example here real quick so we have it captured. Let me expand this. So I'm going to say here, what is, I'll make sure I'm spelling it right too, is Grill Pastures uh, brand purpose. Okay. And I'm just going to make this up for you because I don't know what your purpose is. If you already have one, great. Put it into the comment or let me know. And I will go from there from what your purpose is to kind of give you some more insights and products idea. Let me see what you texted me. Okay. Thanks, Ping. Okay. So again, what is Gorilla Pastures brand purpose? Let's just say that your purpose again is to educate families on friendly products or household products. I'm just making this up, okay, for you, Ping. Household products. Okay. So now that we know your purpose is to educate families on eco-friendly household products, and I know that this is, and you talk about, juggling between family, pop-ups, your kids, and the farm. What do you focus on? Because now that you have a purpose here, you can now break down your business model into these three things. For example, okay, I'm just gonna now focus on these three things. One is just workshops. Okay, because I also want you to be the expert. Because I know you mentioned that you want to be less of an entrepreneur, but more of yourself. So how to be an expert is you host workshops, and then you do campaigns surrounding your lip balms. And the third one, it could possibly be like educational, I don't know, videos, right? So because all these three things goes back to educate families on eco-friendly household products. And I know that you said that you had some projects at the farm that you couldn't really get to because you were going to so many pop-ups, right? So now if you cut down the pop-ups, you could just do your workshops as those pop-ups. Like for example, hey, I might not be able to pop up, but if you want to learn more about me, you have educational workshops that people can attend, and you sell your products here. Or when you do campaigns around your lip balms, you have very targeted. Because I did take a look at some of your ads and your copywriting. If you have a very strong purpose like this, then you could basically just say that bring this next eco-friendly, um, I don't know, lip balm into your home, right? So that way, if like a mom or a dad sees this, they're like, okay, I kind of want to bring that into my home. So basically, the purpose is also helping you write your ad copies. Again, another one could be like help your family's lip stay moist, and I'm trying to find words that are eco-friendly. So help your family's lip stay moist and I don't know, eco. So basically, I'm trying to write you some ads that have like a metaphoric meaning to them. Like help your family's lips stay moist and eco. And eco just comes from eco-friendly, right? So if they understand your brand that you're all about eco-friendly, this word eco already gets give it its own interpretation, especially if you have like a graphic to it. So again, when you have a really good written purpose, it's gonna allow you to have better ads so that you don't have to go in person so much to sell your products, and you can start now leveraging your ads to do that. But in order to have good performing ads, it's also you need good ad writing as well. And this last one, educational video, let me give you two more. Is that maybe because again you're here to educate families on eco-friendly household products? Your educational videos could be as simple as it could be as simple as a bad product versus good. Okay. So in the educational videos, you don't necessarily need to always show your product, but if you can talk about what's bad and versus what's good, eventually you are going to be the person where people go to that you know your stuff. And then eventually they're like, okay, Ping really knows his stuff about like eco-friendly household products. Who else? What else does he talk about? And then that's where they can check you out by learning more about Gorilla Pastures, and they can also check you out by knowing more about like what is it that you do and sell. Ping, thanks for joining us. I know you said you couldn't make it, but I'm glad you could join. I'm in the middle of like explaining your question. So I'm just gonna wrap up this explanation, and then I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and go on mute and ask your questions. Because otherwise, again, I had this on replay as well. So because James was ready here, and I don't want to step back. Jamie's ready here. Sorry, I don't want to step back too far. So again, so for education videos, Paying, you could talk about like bad product versus good product, or another one could be, it could be as simple as, you know, I'm making this up too, are the best way to keep your lips moist or clean or bee wax or bees extracts. Okay, so I'm just making all these up. But then this is just giving again you an idea of like, okay, if you have a really well-written purpose to educate families on friendly household products, I already just came up with like three main focus, like business model, and then three, four, five ideas of how to execute that business model. And they all, at the end of the day, they come to the same thing, meaning they all go back to your brand purpose. Bad product versus good product. YB extracts are the best way to keep your lips moist. Bring this next eco-friendly lip balm to your home. All this derives from this write-up. So that way, when you ever do an ad copy or you talk about your business, it's never random. It's always consistent, and people can kind of like tie that more to your brand. And that way, you feel more purposeful and intentional on where you show up and how you show up and how you should sound like. I want to pause here quick. Ping, I know you just jumped in mid explanation. Do you have any questions? So the question that I prompted for you was that I think this is the best way. Oh, you're still driving. Okay. So Ping, the best question that I thought that could answer your statement here was that how can I scale my business sustainably while staying true to my values and family priorities? And I was just going over that in order to like I don't know what your goal is for 2025, but to solve that and to at least give you a little bit more direction is to have a brand purpose. And I also mentioned I'm not sure if you already have a brand purpose, but if you don't, I just made one up, and the one that I made up for you was, Gorilla's Pacers brand purpose is to educate families on friendly household products, and then from there I created three business models for you to just focus on for an example, right? For next year. And the three business models is that one is you just host workshops, two is you do campaigns surrounding your lip balms, like strong campaigns on that only. And then the third one is having educational videos. So those would be your three business model, meaning your in streams of like income and focusing your business to grow. And within those three, I gave you ideas of like, okay, within the workshops, you can educate people on how, like you could be like, hey, if you want to learn more about, eco-friendly products, attend my workshop and I can teach you how to, create them or how this process works. And for the campaign surrounding your lip balms, you can have good ad writing. For example, the ad copy for that could be like, bring this next eco-friendly lip balm to your home or help your family's lip stay moist and eco, right? So that all just derives from your purpose. So it's giving you consistent ad copy. And the last stream of your business model is the educational videos, which is you could talk about bad product versus good product. In another video, you could talk about why bee extracts are the best way to keep your lips moist. And the reason why I kind of gave you this example is so that you can spend more time creating these at home and let these passively work for you as you invest in them so that you don't have to show up so much at pop-ups and that you for next year you can finally start showing up as the expert, because I think this year you did enough where you went out to the out networking well enough where now you can take a step back and have them come to you and let you be the expert. So that's kind of the example that I just built for you. And I really want you to take, as you go back and rewatch the replay, take this and kind of explore it and see where it takes you. And one thing I want to show you too, Ping, is that to build your purpose, I have this lesson inside of our classroom under strategy and purpose. You will need to be at level 4 to unlock that. So go ahead and engage with the community, like, post, and comment to kind of get those points to get to level 4. But if you watch my video here, you can technically just watch this and kind of start exploring your purpose, okay? And then post it onto the community and have me review. And I will post these examples into the replay as well, the comment section, so you could just kind of like reference these completed brand pages from some of the community members, okay? So with that, I want to pause there. I know, Jamie, do you have any questions regarding this conversation for paying? Did any questions come up for you?
Oh, no, not at this time.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Do you have any questions for me while I have you on here too? regarding branding, design, marketing, or any other questions that you have as well? Nope, no questions? Okay. Okay, cool. The next thing I want to talk about is a question from Chandy is she also wants to create a logo. So she wants to create a timeless logo that matches her personality, and her work. Okay, great question. So a lot of members who join this community, they want to create a logo. Um, and that's like a very exciting. Okay, sounds good thing. Okay. Yeah, so for Chandy, she's one of the many members who join the community because they want to build a logo. And that is something that I do. I do design logos as well, and I do provide for you guys a logo in this community. But the way I built this community is that we do the logo design process last because I've done multiple designs for clients where they want a logo, and when I give them the logo, they don't know what else to do with it. And the logo is kind of like a nice shiny object. It's only beautiful like maybe a week, and people, I promise, are gonna forget about it. Okay. So instead, I want the community, and I really encourage everyone who wants a logo to build your brand story and process first, because that is gonna make your logo process a lot easier. I've had clients who joined the community and who worked with me where we actually built the brand process first, and then we had to redesign the whole entire logo because it no longer fit their brand. And that's when they realized, yeah, I should have done that part last, because now that I have my brand story, my logo does not make sense. Because I want you to build your logo around your brand, not your brand around your logo, because then that's kind of really constricting. Okay. Um, yeah, in all, yes, Jamie, you're right. Agree, logos evolve, they do. And also a great metaphor too is that when you are writing, when you were back in college or in high school, when you're writing that piece of paper or the essay, sometimes you write your titles last because your essay paper can determine that title or the conclusion or the synopsis. So I wanna walk you through this, Chandy, on like what I mean by that. So inside of my classroom, all of these courses will build you your brand story. And at the end of the course, right, and I also have these worksheets implemented specifically towards like the lesson. At the end of the courses that you take, you will end up with a what I call this a brand one pager. You will have discovered your purpose, audience, problem, service, brand personality, and insight. This is all you need to really sound good as a brand. So once you have this process done, then you can go into there's gonna be a phase inside of this lesson here where you go and start like collecting images that inspire you, and then you collect the colors that inspire you, and you collect icons that inspire you. Okay, because before we even get to this part, I want you to have your brand story really well written. And I give you an example here. Um, for Pete, who's also a member in the community, he also finished this process. So this is his purpose. His purpose is to redefine pain and self-mastery for young leaders to be courageous through radical change. And his insight is that the insight meaning what is that one thing you have that makes you different from other people? His insight is that he provides radical solutions dedicated to refine pain and self-mastery for young leaders. And this was his inspirations before we created him his visuals and his logo is that he does martial arts, and he that's why we have self mastery, because to him he identifies self mastery as something where it's martial arts, or you are a master of your own identity. And he really loved the concept of like Chinese and red, yellow, and black, and these are his favorite colors. And these are the icons that inspired him. He wants it to be very minimal. He wants it to be kind of like metaphorical, or deep mind hacking, where the words also speak for itself. He also wanted like his logo to be abstract. Okay. So once we have your brand one pager, it's going to make you build this process easier. And then from there, I give you the option. You either can have me and my team design your logo for you, or you can take these three things, and I teach you how to do that in the lessons too. You could take these three things along with your one pager, and you go find your own designer in your own network or your friends and family, and you say, hey, for example, hey, Bert, I built my brand and this is my brand one pager and these are the visuals that inspire me. Can you help create a logo with these information? And I tell you that as a designer myself, if you come to me with that, I'll be so happy. You make my life so much easier because you providing me with your one pager here and these two inspirations, it makes me feel like you know what you're doing. It deducts all of the back and forth phone call of like, hey, so what do you like? What's your brand? Okay, how do you want to show up like? Like what's your favorite color? If you show up to me with all these prepared, I'm gonna be so happy because this is technically like a recipe book. You go to a chef. Hey, chef, can you make me a pasta? I really love my recipe. Here it is. The chef's gonna be like, okay, great, I can just do it for you. Compared to me being here, be like, okay, we have to go back and reinvent the wheel. What's your purpose of you want to make this logo? Why do you want to run your business? So to extract all of that, if you provide them this, then again, the designer will be very happy because I know I will be. You can either have someone else do it or me and my team do it. So all of that to say, once you provide all your visuals and your brand one pager, this is the logo that I end up creating for Pete. So through me, I always give my clients four different logos, meaning not four different kinds of logos, but four different versions of one logo, because I understand that you're going to be using these logos on different applications and forms. Okay. So, Chandy, when you think about like a t shirt, your hat, a pencil, business card, I want to give you four different logos so you can use them flexibly to your own applications. Okay. So I provide them a logo type, two logo types. No, I'm sorry, three logo types right here, and then a logo mark. I also did the same thing to Soul Yawe Kajua, where I provided her logo mark right here in her logo type. But all of this, we did all this exercise last. And then before that, we do all of the one pagers in this. Okay. So Chandy and to the members who wants a logo, um, I will tell you to go back and make sure you have your one pager done first so that I can get you your logo because I don't want you to repeat what many business owners have done where they did the logo first and then they still don't know who they are. They still don't know how to show up because I want you to have the complete story and you can do all of this in the community. Okay. I want to pause there. I know Jamie, you commented that logos evolve. Do you have any questions for this process? Nope. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the next question, which is creating a brand that will matter to people's lives. So this is from My Hope. Creating a brand that will matter to people's lives. I remember talking to you, Mai, that you are trying to launch a apparel business where you want to be very eco-friendly, but your fabrics are focused on linen. Um, Really great question. Creating a brand that would matter to people's life. So I'm gonna try to answer that as best as I can without you being here. But if I miss it, please put in a comment on what you meant by that question. But because I pulled this question from one of your answers as you trying to join the community. So let's see. Creating a brand that will matter to people's life. Okay, so that goes back to what I want to say here is the purpose. I'm gonna go back to the beginning here. I'm gonna show Pete, for example. So inside of the worksheet, there is like the your brand foundations. Under your brand foundations, branding made simple. You are the brand. So in order for you to even make something matter in someone's life, you need to kind of determine what you want for yourself first. So for example, that's why in the beginning I said that your brand is an extension of who you are. You are not creating something entirely new where it does not exist. It always stems from your own values, right? Even if you create like a real estate investment business, it came from you because you wanted to build wealth, and that already is an attachment. So that's why in the beginning I have you build out who are you? Because once you kind of define who you are, we're gonna take this discovery and transform it into a brand. Okay. So basically, you are not starting from scratch. You already have a brand and that derives from you. So let's just say for Pete, he values personal growth, mental health, suicide, and student development, right? Or development in general. So that's what he values. And as we did the exploration, that was why we were able to end up with his purpose sounding like this: redefining pain and self-mastery for young leaders to be courageous through radical change. The only reason why we were able to find that was because when he first started his speaking career, he had imposter syndrome. Growing up, he was really into himself, right? He went through depression. One of his friends had committed suicide, so that caused a lot of stuff. But all that derived from his personal discovery over here, okay, in his mood board, and then we just transfer that into a brand purpose in business. And now when he actually goes and talk to and pitches himself to teachers, he can stand behind his purpose all day because he's experienced it. So to answer your question, creating a brand that will matter to people's lives, you have to understand what matters to you first so that you can pitch that to other people. Okay. And if you want more clarification on that, DM me or just comment and let's connect on that because I know that that was a very high level process because we could go hours and hours on doing that, but just want to give you that high level explanation. Yep. Linen work shirt of the farm. Yep. I agree. They're really good too. Okay. We have a couple minutes here. I'm gonna go over a couple more questions. Another one I want to talk about is, let's see here. Okay. Lisa also asked, prompted a good question on her question near answering is that learning about leads and sales and getting them. So I might not be able to cover this question entirely on this video, but I would definitely do another separate video to talk about this. So Jamie and Ping, as you guys are here, I'm glad you guys are here learning about this topic too. Ping, did you have a question? You went on mute.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you have a question?
Oh, hey man, I just wanted to say thanks for like inviting me to your class and then like thanks for kind of covering my brand extensively. Sorry I couldn't join you guys a little earlier. But yeah, taking the wife to work, worked overnight, slept a little bit. I guess she went to work a little bit later
Uh-huh.
today, and so we she usually wakes me up a little bit earlier, and then I drop her off, and then get home by noon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I did just wanted to say thank you for covering that. Yeah, my question is, like I said, I'm just what do you think about this is kind of like a silly question. I make lip balm. My target audience, I've learned, or people that buy my audience, or people that buy my product, are usually millennial or older women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what do you think about like potentially like posting like uh thinking about like I don't know, getting like super jacked and like posting like subtle thirst traps, for
Okay.
my lip balm, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Okay. No, that's funny. So you say your audience are mostly millennials and women.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
I
that's
was
not,
thinking,
go ahead.
I was thinking like just something like um are you familiar with Thorin Bradley on TikTok? The dude that the good looking studly dude that swings the axe.
Yep, I do. I do. Yep.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
was thinking
okay.
like that kind of style video where I'm like doing like really masculine farm work or whatever and I'm like grunting in the video or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um I don't know. I was
Okay.
thinking something like that just
No, that's funny. I see where you're getting at. So before we get there, before we start talking about like, okay, would this be fun? Would this work? If I was to ask you, do you have like I know you have a mission, but do you have like, have you thought about a purpose? Do you have a purpose for your brand?
um I think in the in the beginning there was like a serious tone, but I think uh it is more just fun family, like like kind of lighthearted fun. Like I I I heard you mentioning about product is, and or how I should mention about how good. Like sometimes when I do that, I feel not as authentic, and
Okay.
I feel kind of like selly, like I'm like a salesman,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of just want to post fun videos of myself, my kids, me and my family just kind of goofing off around the farm. And it's just kind of more like holistic type, but I do realize that um and I do realize that I don't know, I hope I haven't already kind of pigeonholed myself into like this serious
Mm-hmm.
cosmetic, skincare brand, you know.
Right.
I because I want to be a family farm, kind of documenting our process,
Okay.
and just kind of goofing off and having fun at the same time.
No, I love the
And
paint.
I'm a lighthearted guy. I don't take anything
Yeah,
too serious. I
absolutely.
just like
And
to
Payne,
have fun.
so you sell skincare products or lip balms? Like do you like what would you
It's
encapsulate?
more beeswax products, and the skincare, the beeswax, that's just a byproduct of the honey, and so that's just what we found to be our niche on the farm. We're not necessarily a skincare brand, but because that is pretty much most of our product, or most of our product sells, like we do, I I do lean that way, just because like I acknowledge that, hey, this is what's working. We've kind of found our niche in this sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's what I have for you. Okay, so thank you for explaining that. I'm glad you joined on because that is a completely different example I gave, but still the same. So, to answer your question about doing the thirst trap videos content, I think that's fun, that's creative. But
Yeah.
before you do that, I also want to kind of like brand manage where if you do that, it will be very random. It will be out of the blue. People might not get it at first. They'll get it because you're funny and goofy, but they might not see how like, okay, that was kind of a full 360 from what you typically do. So before you do that, and I feel like that is more you in that you tend to be more fun and lighthearted. And to also give you the truth too is that brands can always change. People don't really pay attention to if you pivoted or not. Like I pivoted so many times. I worked with like Walmart, Publix,
Mm,
where they pivoted a lot of times and no one cares, right? They care for like
yeah.
maybe a week, but after that, they're gonna forget. They're gonna forget how you sound like last week. So it's never too
Yeah.
late to pivot. So when it comes to before you even do those content, I want you to study, what is your personality? How do you sound like? And then promote that first, and then you can do your thirst trap videos because then that way people are already softly introduced to your new personality compared to you do a 360 video and no one kind of gets it. So a quick freestyle purpose that I wrote for you could be something like, what's Gorilla Patient's purpose? The brand purpose is that fun family farm, eco-friendly beeswax products. And that allows you to do funny reels like the thirst trap stuff. Because I get it, because it ties back to your purpose. Or another one is have more fun with beeswax products. And then when you do your thirst trap videos, or when
I
you do
like that.
videos, yeah, or you do videos of just you and your kids, you and your wife, then when I see that and I look at your brand purpose, oh yeah, I get it. Because you're all about having fun, right? You don't necessarily need to have family in there, but if I see your videos having fun and I go back to your purpose write up and it relates, then that's where it makes sense and people can be behind that more compared to you saying like to educate families on friendly household products and then you have a third shot video. That's kind of weird. Like that goes against
Yeah.
your purpose. Okay, so that is where
Yeah.
I kind of advise and I want you to explore is um keep those content ideas in your pocket, I feel like don't do it yet until you kind of find out, okay, what is my purpose? What is my brand personality? How do I want to sound like so that when I do create these content, it's seamless and it's not like a full 360 like slap to the face of people or who have been following you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And to that point too, learn all that in the courses, classroom community. Again, brand foundations. I teach you that in there. You will have to unlock levels to learn that your audience and strategy. But just take what I already have here and just kind of riff off on this. And then when you get this, it will make that easier too. And then when you explore more of your brand purpose, post it in the community so I can give you feedback because I think, as you mentioned, I do want you to be more of your authentic self and less entrepreneur. And I think this is a great way for that pivot.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Uh, no, I'm just looking forward to listening and I don't know, hearing other people's kind of thoughts. And
Okay. Sounds good. Jamie, do you have any questions for me?
No, not this time.
Okay.
I'm kind of listening to digesting a lot of these too.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I'm gonna highly briefly go over this next question, because we are almost at the 1 hour mark. But I want to touch on this question so that we can talk about this for the next Friday too, which is a question from Lisa. She said she wants to learn more about leads in sales and how to get leads in sales. So, one thing about branding is that branding and marketing are two different things. Leads and sales falls under marketing and marketing falls under branding. And I talk about that inside Intro to Basics. What is a brand, branding versus marketing? So, Lisa, I highly recommend you watching that to kind of distinct the two so that your expectations to join this community isn't like skewed in certain ways. And what I mean by that is that I believe for you to even write a really good ad or to even generate leads, you have to have a strong brand. Okay. And meaning if you know that your brand, I'm going to use, Ping's example here. If your brand is all about having more fun with beeswax products, then you could write an ad about, hey, have you tried using this product to bring more fun into your life? So that way when people read it, they're like, oh my God, wow, that sounds kind of interesting. Let me take a look at that lip balm product. And I'll give you an example to get leads and sales, you're gonna need people to come to you. But before that, you need to show something for people to come to you to become a lead. And that typically means you have to put a reel or a static post talking about your offers or your products and services. That's how you can even generate leads, is you need something to show people. And one of the things that I want to show you is that I want to give you an example here. It's also part of the freebie in the about section here. So this freebie is a great example of how you can generate leads that are very intentional and qualitative and not just quantity. Okay, so I'm getting an example here. So let's just say that Mojo ice cream bars, which is an example I gave in the lessons, their purpose is to redefine the conventions of well-being. And these are three powerful ads that can give you leads and can transition that into a sale. Okay. So one of the ads could be a guilt-free indulgence pack. The offer there will be a bundle of 10 ice cream bars with a focus on low calorie. And the ad copy could be who says indulgence can be good for you. Another example is a variety pack featuring different flavors inspired by wellness trends. And the messaging could be redefine what well-being tastes like. See, all of these three ads came from this powerful purpose, and they all mean the same thing. They have the same like direction. So for you, if you want to learn more about leads and sales, I think those are very analytical and very number driven. But for you to even write a really well lead magnet and a really well salesy offer post is you have to have a really well written purpose to even attract the right people. Again, that was very high level. So if you have questions, you want to get more clarity on that, DM me or post it in the comment section and let's book a separate call to kind of talk that through. But branding goes very, very well hand in hand to making leads and getting sales because I do that every day. I leverage my brand write-ups to help me create copies for my leads and for sales. Okay. I want to pause there. Ping and Jamie, you guys were listening to that. Does that make sense? Any confusion there? I know that was a lot too.
No, that makes a lot of sense there.
Okay. Jamie, any questions from you? Oh, you good? Okay, sounds good. Well, other than that, Jamie and Payne, thank you for joining me today. Again, I do these weekly live calls every Friday from 12 to 1. I could go over too if there's more questions. Other than that, as you two, I encourage you guys to start diving into the classroom, to just kind of playing with the courses. Start posting your discoveries into the community, whether that's a simple question or like Payne, if that's a simple purpose discovery that you feel like you want to explore, or even if you want to explore an offer write up like this, right? Just post in the community. I'll give you my feedback and you
Mhm.
also hear from other people too. Sounds good?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you too. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.
Thank you.